What is up? If you're watching this video, I assume you know what Genshin Impact is. And if you don't, then lucky you. But as I'm sure you're aware, there are many playable characters in Genshin Impact, all, or mostly all, with very unique character designs. All of them were handcrafted by the art teams at HoYoverse headquarters or wherever they're designed. And each detail was meticulously chosen and placed on these characters. So let's undo their hard work. What if all of these characters were instead designed by an AI, which as we know are superior to humans in every way, shape, and form. So let's take those characters we've come to know, maybe love, maybe hate, and see what they would look like through the eyes of an AI. The AIs of the AI. Okay, let's just get into the video. As you can see here, we have this wonderful little website called DALL-E. And what do you do with this website, you might ask? Well, whatever you want to do, really. You come and click on this text box and type in whatever you want, and it will create it for you. So for example, a handsome brunette barista wearing a teal visor and pouring a cup of coffee depicted as binary code flowing into the cup, comma, anime digital art. And as we'll see here, I can hit generate and it's basically going to look exactly like me. And as we see here, that's me. Look, can you even tell the difference? I mean, we're practically the same person. And then you go up to variations and it will grant you in a couple of seconds with a few variations of that same design. So for example, if I put on sunglasses, that's me. But now that you might have a general understanding of what's going on here, let's get into some of the Genshin related things. Now there is a limit for how much you can type, and the more you type, the more complex it's obviously going to be, the harder it'll be for the program to actually go ahead and do what you're trying to do. So we have to find a nice balance of detail, but not too much detail. So if I want to get Raiden Shogun to show up, let me just type, actually I could probably type more than that. So here we go. A tall, serious woman with long purple braided hair. She wears Japanese-inspired clothing and wields a glowing sword made of lightning, standing atop a mountain with an ominous storm in the distance, comma, digital art. You can put in any sort of art style. You could put anime, you could put digital art, you could put Renaissance painting. We'll mess around a little bit with it, but let's just see what this does. So obviously, you know Raiden Shogun, you know that she looks like this, but in the eyes of an AI, not me, but this AI, she now, you know what, that's pretty cool. Hey, obviously you could see some lack of details in the face here, but like, these are actually pretty cool looking. And with some variations, we still don't seem to get a very defined face, but I mean, just the overall composition of these are pretty cool. I still think I like this original one the most, but just think about it. If someone showed you this and told you to guess which Genshin character it was just based on this, I think it's pretty obvious you would say Raiden Shogun. And now something that I think would be kind of fun is if we take the Dendro Archon and see what the AI thinks about it. So I don't think this is the best description of her, but I just threw it together really quick. A short elven girl with silver hair that fades into green. She has emerald green eyes and wears a white dress with green and gold accents. Large plants tower over her and there's a desert on the horizon, comma, digital art. I do feel like the digital art fits the aesthetic of Genshin Impact the best, that's why I keep using it here, but let's see what we get from this. And kind of creepy almost. This looks like it's made out of clay. So instead of just digital art, let's put anime digital art and see what happens. We actually do get pretty much the same results. I don't know why, I just find this so funny. I got rid of the thing about the stuff in the background and I just put anime style because I'm curious how much this is actually going to change the result. And it's... Oh, it just got worse. It just got so much worse. Well, everybody, here's the Dendro Archon. Maybe just personal preference, but I like the one that we currently have in-game just, a little bit more. So I think I've learned here that anime style makes it look like someone in middle school or high school's drawing this. Just like a quick little doodle. So what if I do this same prompt, but in the style of Vincent van Gogh? We end up with Oh gosh, that's kind of scary. I think I've decided that the AI does not like the Dendro Archon. So one other thing I want to try here is we can just upload an image of our own. So this one is the PNG of Beto. I don't know exactly how descriptive I need to be here. I just wrote a courageous woman who is the captain of a large pirate ship, and I'm curious to see what it does with that. Of course, this is assuming that I even know what I'm doing here, which I kind of don't. I'm just winging it. Oh, okay. I was wrong. It does the area that you selected. That's interesting. So it gave her more hair, and it did make it look like she's standing on a ship. And it does say that this tool is in beta. I was just curious how it would work. Oh, there's different... Oh, wait. What's up with the double hat there, Beto? I could see why they tell you that this specific thing is in beta, but it's still kind of interesting. And then the last thing I want to try is if I just let it automatically crop and we generate variations of a pre-existing character. So here are our Mona variations looking a little derpy. It seems to struggle just a bit with faces. So over on Twitter, I did ask you guys to send me in character descriptions and to be descriptive. And well, some of you did, and then other people just kind of wrote random words. So we're gonna try out a handful of all of them, like this one here. A pink fox shrine maiden with gold accents, purple eyes, and a high in front, low in the back skirt. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's going to interpret this well, and I'm not going to add an art style just at the start to see what it does. I'm assuming it's gonna go for more of a realistic look, which is kind of scary. But let's hope. I feel uncomfortable. Well, everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Yae Miko. I am not at all a fan of this, so let's just move straight on and not really even acknowledge that. This one should be fun. None who can't spell God's name, because you know that's just a great description of what a character looks like. Short hair, gray skin, eternally sleep deprived, hot. What a description of a person. I know exactly what they look like now. But the question is, does the AI... I hate this. I don't know what this is, but I absolutely hate all of it. Let's just get that off the screen. A girl with long brown hair and a red bunny ear styled bow. It took me a while to figure out what that meant. Her main color scheme is red, white, and brown. She's an archer who has an explosive bunny. I'm gonna be honest, what this has taught me is that a lot of people over at the happiest place on earth, aka Twitter, don't really know how to describe characters. Well, I'm not saying this person specifically, I'm just saying in general. And here's Amber. I'm just gonna add in the digital art. These aren't terrible. It's funny how it chooses a different art style by itself each time. I mean, these aren't the worst we've seen by far. It's a woman who looks like she was fused with a rabbit, and that's terrifying. Actually, you know what? Now let me try and type stuff in to get something that maybe resembles Amber closer. Okay, this didn't exactly go great, but an enthusiastic female archer wearing red and white and a ribbon shaped like rabbit ears on her head. She has long flowing brown hair and a small rabbit plushie that aids her in combat. That's the one. Digital art. I have no idea what this thing is going to put together for that one. It's honestly not that much different. I don't know why this reminds me more of Diva from Overwatch. Kinda creepy with the way they did the eyes, but you know, it's kind of I think the problem over on Twitter is most people assume that I would be guessing the character based on their description. So I got a lot of stuff like this. A dude who has a pet who dances. What more do I need to say? And if we generate art with that, what are we gonna get? Oh, look, it's Arataki Ito. Wait, no, it's not. Last time I checked, Arataki Ito did not look like this. Now we'll move on to someone who I think is describing Kokomi, and they write, a woman with pink hair with blue tips. The hair is long, but half the hair is tucked behind. She has blue clothes, cute white short, and a stocking. What could possibly go wrong? Let me just add in another comma to this string of commas, and we'll put digital art. And allow me to introduce you to Kokomi. This is not the Kokomi that I know. And this is more of blue hair with pink highlights at this point. Now I want to go ahead and try and describe Kokomi. So we're gonna test this a bit and go with a woman with flowing pink hair and an ocean themed outfit. I'll let them decide the outfit for us. Fish made of water swim around her as she reads her favorite book, comma, cute digital art. And I put the cute because this person put cute. So I'm like, you know what? We'll at least incorporate that and see if it affects the result. Interesting. Now, what if I go ahead and I just get rid of the cute digital art and let it decide what style to do it in? We get, oh geez, this one I just find funny. It really does not like faces. Let's try this one out. Tall, slender man with a long, thin ponytail and long coat. Clothes in geometric shapes of brown, gold, and black. Intellectual, handsome, and regal qualities. Now that sounds like Zhongli to me, but I'm curious how this one works because they did use more descriptive words in their description. This dude's built like a front door. Now I went ahead and added in digital art to see if it changes it much. Not really. What happened with the head and the hands? Let's put in painting and see what happens. It really just chooses one style and sticks with it. I mean, this is a very abstract Zhongli. It kind of works. I don't know what this third leg is. Let's move on. All I'm gonna say is some of you are down horrendous. What is this? An incredibly hot woman with blue hair and very nice thighs? What kind of a description is that? No, you don't even get to see what that would create. Now this one I took and tried to condense down and streamline it because it was very long. So we have a golden-eyed female archer with shoulder-length blonde hair adorned with ornaments and tied up in a unique star-like ponytail with a blue bow. She wears a red-orange kimono and sarashi bandages. This is of course referring to Yoimiya. And here is, you know what? This is probably like the best face they've done so far. I don't know that it necessarily looks like Yoimiya, but it's not that bad overall. Now here's something I do want to try out. As you can see, we have Lumin here. And if I click over here, I think we could just type in whatever we want. So a dragon lurks in the background. And if we generate that, it should pull from the already existing art style and just generate more onto the image. At least in theory, that's what I'm hoping it does. Again, this isn't beta. What is that? What? Are you a dragon? That's not a dragon. I kind of like what it did to the glider. Honestly, can we have a glider that looks like that? It's like a dragon wing. Oh wait, did it interpret this wing as the dragon that's lurking in the background? And then I don't know what the heck that was. And here we have one of everyone's favorite NPCs, Timmy. It'd be a shame if I just put the apocalypse behind him. Oh, what? What is this? We also have this one. Interesting. And that, just for science, if I put the Raiden Shogun from Genshin Impact, what is it gonna generate? Because obviously this pulls from online references and resources, but I don't think it's going to get this. Yeah, so as you can see, you can't just put Raiden Shogun from Genshin Impact because, well, at least I don't think that's her. So now we've seen a lot of characters that we already know, but let's look at one we don't know. Murata, I'm probably butchering that name, but Murata. Apparently this is gonna be the name of the Pyro Archon whenever we get there. We don't really know what she looks like, which poses a bit of a problem, but that's what this website is going to decide for us. This is a little difficult, but I wrote a female Archon who commands the power of fire and wears deep red and black clothes with golden accents. In the background is the city she rules over, digital art. I really wanted to be more specific, but if I'm more specific, then I feel like I'm going to influence the outcome, so I didn't want to do that. And I just took a guess with what color clothing she's gonna have. I don't think it's too far-fetched. So this is the Pyro Archon. And actually, other than the face that seems to be perpetually screaming in terror, this looks pretty cool. They seem to go with kind of an apocalyptic setting, but I actually like it. Now I'm just going ahead and messing with the prompt a bit more to see what kind of variations we can get. Oh, okay. Again, faces are not exactly the strong suit here, but these are definitely very interesting artworks. Now, how do I make it look like it's more from Genshin, not like an MMORPG? I changed it to anime-inspired digital art. And again, faces aren't the strong suit here, but I like the overall design. In my opinion, this would very clearly be a Catalyst user, but then something like this is also kind of cool where it's a much darker color palette. This is a complete guess, but I'm just going to go ahead and guess that the Pyro Archon might be a sword user, or maybe that's just me hoping she will be, because we already have a lot of Pyro Catalysts, and then we have Xiaoling as a polearm, and I don't think they'd want to make an Archon not as useful as a 4-star. And we're gonna be getting a 5-star Claymore character very soon, so I just went and messed with the prompt a bit, and I think I've made it worse. Yo, I just got it to generate this by messing around with the prompts. It looks like she's a bit undead, but other than that, this is pretty cool. But now, unfortunately, I used up all my free credits that I could use with generating tons of art on here. I know it is very random and probably quite short, but I knew about this tool for a while. I tried to get into like the early access and I didn't get in, but then it was released to the public. So of course I had to come in and make a video on it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing this too. I think stuff like this is pretty interesting, so I wanted to share it. But with that being said, as always, I will see you guys next time.